Welcome back, and in this video you're going to take a look at how to deal with certain types of dimensions on drawings. Here I have two of the exact same drawings and we're going to tackle them both in AutoCAD. But one of them has an angle and it has a distance. And in the other one we have two rectangular coordinates, so we have the 10 and 10. Just to kind of give you a heads up that if you have any dimension that's a variance of a 45, meaning that it can be, 45, 135, 225, and 315, is that typically the X and the Y coordinates when you're using rectangular coordinates are going to be exactly the same. And that's what you're seeing in this drawing. But we're going to take a look at them and we're going to achieve them both. So let's go ahead and get started on this one. So in AutoCAD, we're going to turn a couple of things off and just verify that some things are on that we want on. So we'll start off by turning the grid off. We don't have our snap off. And once again, this is just to verify that the dynamic input is turned on. If your dynamic input is on or off or you don't know, remember that you can always click on the three customization bars. And then you can come over here to the side and then verify that dynamic input has a check beside it. Alright, so with this done, I'm just going to go ahead and turn on polar tracking. And I'm going to make sure that my polar tracking is set to 45, 90, 135, 180. And I have to verify that this icon here is turned on. So the polar is on. Remember that you can also hit the F10 button to turn that on and off. Let's go ahead and start a line. Here's my start point. And then I'm just going to go over this direction, 20. Next, I'm going to go up a distance of 10. Now keep in mind which kind of way which one of these are we drawing and how we're going to tackle them. So I'm going to create this one first, and the two lines that I created is this line and then this line. We're at the point now to where we're going up in this direction. So once again, if you see this on the drawing that you have an angle of 135, and we can do some kind of assumptions here, or do some, well, not really assumptions, but we're going to do some math here. If I was to create a line that goes straight across here, and you can tell that this angle here should be 45 degrees. Okay? And that'll leave this bottom half the dimension that it needs to be, which is going to be 90 at the bottom. So that tells me, and that helped me set up what I needed to do on the polar tracking. So that's why you notice that I picked the 45, 135, and so on. So I know that this line is going to go 45 up. And it's the exact same thing on this side. All right. The same thing is happening here, and I don't know if you can really see it, but if I was to create an imaginary line that comes across here and go straight up and down on this side, both of these X dimensions and the Y dimension are going to be 10. So when we come back and take a look at that in AutoCAD, we're going to notice that. But for right now, we're located now at this location. And we're going to continue on our drawing and then create the lines that's going above it. Okay, just like the drawing had, we're going to keep our line and we're going to lock it in on this 45 degrees. All right, so we're going in this 45 degrees this direction. We'll type in our 14.142, enter. And then we're going to come down this direction. And once again, make sure that you have the green tracking line on. I'll type in my 14.142, enter, and then I can just go C to close it. And that's exactly how you're going to tackle that if you have the angles. If I just had the dimensions like in the second drawing here, most of it will be done the exact same way. But I have to make sure that I'm putting in the correct rectangular coordinates. So I'm starting going this direction. And let's go ahead and turn our polar coordinates off, just in case we had no idea what that was. So I'm going to turn polar tracking off, and I'll turn ortho on. I'm aiming this direction. I'll type in 20. I'll go up 10. And now, in order to get that angle, I have to put in its rectangular components. So if you can remember that we're going to need a X direction, and we're once again located in this location. So therefore, I'm going to the left. Our X dimension will be a negative value, and our value going up in the positive direction for the Y direction should be a positive number. Okay? And always remember that the syntax is X first and then Y. So like I was saying, I'm going to type in a -10, comma, and then I need to go 10 up in the Y-axis. So enter. And to go down is just repeating that same step. Remember that we're still going to the left in the X direction, so that's going to be a -10, comma, but this time on the Y-axis we are going down, so that will be a -10. And then we will use the close function just by going C to close it. So C, enter. And now this one is complete. So it's super important that you understand what values you have and how you're going to tackle those. I'm trying to giving you a little shortcuts with the 45. So if you know that that line is a 45 degree, just one of those things to keep in mind, that the X component and the Y component are going to be the same. And you will see that in some other videos when we come across some 45 degree lines. All right. So thank you for watching this one. And if you got any value out of it, please like, subscribe, and all the other normal stuff. Until then, I'll see y'all on the next video. Thank you for watching.